Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing well. In today's video we're going to be taking a look at my PB60 Indanthrene blue watercolors. Now this is a paint that I know many watercolorists love, and for a while I did have it in my palette too, but recently I've kind of fallen out of love with it a bit. I've realised that while it's a very nice colour, it's not all that useful to me. Okay, so the first one we have here is Rembrandt Indanthrene blue. So this is the PB60 that I used most often. I think it's okay, but I'm pretty sure it's not as nice as the other brands I have here. I guess we'll have to wait and see. It does seem kind of dull and lifeless to me. I don't know. And next we have Winsor & Newton Indanthrene blue. Yeah, this one flows on the paper really nicely. Yeah, it does seem so much better than the Rembrandt before it. I mean, it's much more highly pigmented, and like I said, the flow on the paper is really nice. Yeah, this one's a really beautiful colour. And next we have Daniel Smith Indanthrene blue. Again, it's much nicer to me than the Rembrandt, I think. The hue is quite different from the Winsor & Newton. I think it's more red leaning and it's a bit more muted, I guess. I can't quite decide which I like more between those two. Next is M. Graham Anthraquinone blue. Hopefully I said that right. This is the one that's recommended to me by most people. I can see why. It's a really beautiful paint. It's lovely and rich and very smooth to paint out. Again, it's a slightly different colour to the other three. I think it falls somewhere in between the Winsor & Newton and the Daniel Smith. And now the final paint is Da Vinci Indanthrene blue. So on first impression, this one seems a bit closer in hue to the Winsor & Newton. Yeah, as usual, the Da Vinci paints are always nice to paint out. Yeah, it's okay. I'm actually quite surprised at how different these PB60s are. I mean, I guess it's great to have so much choice because you can kind of always find one that suits you. Okay, that's all of them painted out, and here they are in daylight when completely dry. As I said before, they're all slightly different from each other. I can't quite decide which I like best, so I think I'm going to choose all three of the ones in the centre. I mean, the Rembrandt and Da Vinci are also fine, but in my opinion they're not quite as good as the Winsor & Newton, Daniel Smith and M. Graham. I did recently swatch out to Schmincke Horadam PB60s, but unfortunately I didn't have enough paint to include them in this comparison here. Here's the actual swatches from a previous video. Gives you an idea of how they look, but probably not that useful for comparison as the photo was taken in completely different lighting conditions. So what do you think about these watercolors? And what do you think of PB60 in general? Do you have it in your palette? And what do you use it for? Thank you very much for watching, and I'll speak to you in the next video. Bye bye.